Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Barbershop Talk. I'm here with my guy, my teammate, my right hand man, Tony Jenkins. What's going on, Tony?
And what's up, man? It's been a while, man. I haven't seen you in a while, brother.
Yeah, it's been a while, bro, but I feel like you know how we are. We like football. We're not gonna pretend when baseball's around we don't be around like that, but football we be around.
For
Um,
sure.
and we had to jump into the transfer portal to get my young boy, my little brother, Nick. Nick Frazier was good, man.
How y'all doing, man? I'm glad to be here. I love talking sports, so it's gonna be a pleasure.
You in the right place, brother. You in the right place.
That's all we do, man. But
Yes, sir.
I think based off, so me and for people who don't know, me and Nick work together, and half the time we're using the company time. Nick is an addictive, like he's in like a millions like fantasy leagues. Nick is a sports nerd like me and Tune, and that's why this was meant to be, and I love it.
But just to cut you off real quick, I hope this don't get back to the job, so y'all can keep y'all employment. That's all I'm saying.
I mean,
Yeah,
honestly,
Just based off that last statement.
I'm hoping it doesn't. Like, we're not going to say who we work for, you know,
Yeah,
for
because
real.
Nick, everybody gets canceled these days. Your
I
generation,
know we got to
get
be careful. We got to be careful.
we got to be careful.
that's true.
But
That's true.
speaking of Uno, man, let's jump right into our first topic of the day, and I feel like it's been like the topic of the all season, leading into like this to the first 3 games of the season. It's the Dallas Cowboys. We're just like the NBA. We want to talk about the Lakers, the NFL. We want to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. So, what are your thoughts on? And I got to give the guy his props because I told Nick at work yesterday, Tony Jenkins a year.
A
This
year ago.
guy's like Madame Cleo, but in the male's body. He predicted this trade, Nick, a year ago. The Micah
It's
trade.
crazy.
We have it on TikTok where people was killing him on TikTok, and it happened. So I'll say, Tone, because I know you're gonna have a lot to say. Let's start with Nick. What did you think about the Micah trade from the Cowboys? Which is one of those generational trades. What did you think about the trade going to the Packers? And do you feel like the that Jerry got enough back for him?
So I think what did they receive? Three first round picks,
Two,
two first round picks. So in
two
my
first
eyes,
rounds and Kenny Clark.
and Kenny Clark. In my eyes, I think it wasn't the right move for Dallas. It wasn't the right move for them to have a generational guy like Micah Parsons come along. He's like Miles Garrett, TJ Watt type talent.
Right.
So like you don't see these guys a lot, and I think two first round picks is good, right? You can get some studs, but in their position with Dak being like what 32 years old,
Mm-hmm.
something like that, like they're trying to win. Like you got to win a Super Bowl when you're franchise quarterback that you're paying millions of dollars. You got this guy Michael Parsons who's all defensive first team, like, but to him go to the Packers, like that makes them even that much more elite. So
Yeah. So you don't feel like the Cowboys got enough back for him?
I
Yeah.
think Michael Parsons is worth three first round picks in my opinion.
What about you, Tony? What do you think about it, man? Because you're so like all our viewers know Tony is this cowboy. He's as America as it gets. He's a Laker and a Cowboy fan. So you
But I'm
might,
rocking the AI
you
jersey
might
right
as well
now.
start
So
chanting USA. But but Tony, what do you think? You think your boy Jerry got enough back from the trade that you predicted a year ago?
I'm gonna agree with Nick, and I'm gonna say no, just because he is a generational talent. But to me, the Michael Parsons trade, it was bigger than football. Like it was much bigger than football in a sense that um he wasn't he just wasn't like he wanted. It was somewhere along 47 a year, and the Cowboys were offering 40. He didn't want it. So they sent him to Green Bay where the taxes are high, and they was gonna get their 7% regardless anyway. So I mean, you end up losing money. You end up losing more money than in general going to Green Bay overall. I think what we got for him for the time, I think it was I think we got the best what we could get from him. There were multiple teams offering certain things. Um, I don't think even when I go back to think about like Jamal Adams and stuff like that, I think Jamal Adams got two. They only got two first round picks for Jamal
Right.
Adams. So when I think about stuff like that, I don't. I would have wanted three first round picks, but I know a team can only it's only so much you can give us. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think I mean, clearly it shows that we need Micah Parsons. We went out inside Jadeveon Clowney. Our pass rush looks like anything. Our defensive backs looks like anything. Was I surprised by the trade? No. I knew this trade was coming just based off what happened.
Yeah.
I think it was in the playoffs 2 years ago or 3 years ago. We lost to Green Bay. We go to Green Bay. We lost to Green Bay. And literally, like, either later that night or the next night, he was on a podcast with Jordan Love. And I'm thinking, like, Micah, what are you doing, bro? Like, that right there initially rubbed me the wrong way. And I already knew that it rubbed. I know as a Cowboys fan, like, I knew it just rubbed us the wrong way. Like, what are you doing, bro? We just lost to these dudes. Y'all can be buddy, but be buddy somewhere else off screen. Like, you doing this for views and clicks. And I just thought it was just a bad look. So I already knew that left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. So, I mean, we just had to get him up out of there. And I'm not like praising Jerry like he's the greatest GM of all time, because we know we're constantly in the rebuilding stages as a Cowboys team. Like, I know we got like 20 more years before we can even thinking making it back to the conference finals. So I'm stuck in limbo right now. But I mean, we got what we got, and we are where we are right now, and it is what it is.
So Tone, sticking on, and I will pass this question to you first before we go back to Nick. But before I ask this question, let me actually give my take. I think I hated that you were right. Like I said, I was going to work with this shit and venting to Nick. Nick is just trying to get through the work day. We get through all those teams messages, and I'm like, Nick, fuck it. Fuck those clients. How dare Jerry? You know what I mean? That's literally how this shit goes at work. But
It does.
but what I would say is that I just feel like the Cowboys, whenever Jerry decides to get a GM, you guys should have won Super Bowls by now. Let's be honest. I've been in this country since '99. For God's sakes, the Cowboys are usually one of the most talented teams, but I'm like, I feel like everybody's really talented, bro. Like, yeah, Jerry's gonna get mad if you drop that pass today, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those type of locker rooms and environments that I'm like, I feel like they've had the talent. Jerry is not actually the worst GM. He's not. He's the worst GM with getting free agents and shit, but I actually think he drafts really good players.
Yeah, he does.
The problem with Jerry Jones is his ego, and until that ego leaves Dallas, or until he's okay saying, fuck it, I'm rich, I'm a billionaire, I'm going to give me a nice GM to run this shit, the Cowboys are going to keep doing this shit. They're going to keep being this team that other than the Baltimore Ravens, that like, delivers or, every year. So I think the trade for what they got for, like, it being, like, because we already know Micah wasn't coming back. I was just hoping as a Ravens fan.
We couldn't afford him, honestly. We really couldn't afford him.
No, Tony, you guys could have. Like, you saw what happened with Kawhi.
Nick, be honest. We pay everybody.
He paid that dude.
Yeah.
He paid Kawhi through a fucking scam. You could have goddamn kept Micah.
No, we paid too many people. We don't have the salary cap for him.
Yeah, the salary cap.
But then why did you guys sign him a year ago? Why didn't you guys do that a year ago before TJ Watt got 40 mil?
It's because Micah is not a good locker room guy. That's what I think it is. I really think it's that. And don't think
you see that? He's trying to gaslight the players. I feel like
I'm not. I'm just calling a spade a spade. I'm not in the locker room. I don't know.
Nick, you hear what I'm saying? Like, these type of guys are the problem with football. They're trying to, like, create narratives. Oh, I feel like he's not a great guy in the community. You don't know Micah like that, Tone.
He's not Shador Sanders in Cleveland. So don't do that. But all I'm saying is the catch that should have been a catch, we'd have won the Super Bowl that year. That was like 2014 or something like that. But I digress. So you make whatever point you need to make.
What about you? All right, but okay, then I just think it was a horrible trade. I felt like Nick said and you said, it's Micah. Like, I would have given up everything on the Ravens except Lamar Jackson and 2 first-round picks.
You would have gave up Kyle Hamilton and 2 first-round picks.
No. Don't do that.
You said everything.
But Kyle, he's 25. That's wild to say that. Everything else except Lamar and Kyle and Metabuke, except them.
Wasn't Micah asking for like 47 mil?
We would have.
Who has that?
Baltimore. We don't know how to pass in Baltimore.
That's more than like.
Y'all don't know how to. Y'all got no run defense, and Michael wouldn't help.
We don't know how to do anything on defense. I mean,
no, y'all need what's the name to stop sticking his hands in baby oil before y'all play football. That's what y'all need.
But
I need
fellas,
Derrick Henry to stop sticking his hands there.
and baby oil, but Tone. But let's stick with you before we go to Nick. What do you think, as the Cowboys are currently constructed? Do you think you guys can get to like the NFC Championship or the Super Bowl?
I just think, like, we just been weirdly hit with the injury bug for the past. I don't know. I don't know. They put CeeDee Lamb at running back, and the play didn't even count. He got hurt, almost broke his damn leg. Like, I'm thinking, like, y'all getting too cute now. You know what I'm saying? Like, CeeDee Lamb never. He's not Debo Samuel. He's not built that way. Like,
Right.
he's a gazelle. He's meant for running. He's not meant for like blocking and running people over.
Yeah.
So like, and then we lost our first round draft pick last year.
The left tackle,
left guard.
who likes taking fun away from football from other.
Who's a future Pro Bowler? Don't get it twisted.
He is.
He's probably the best left guard in the game. We lost him for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb's probably out for a couple weeks. Like Deron Bland, we're just hurt. I don't think we're the worst team in the world. I just think it's just, I don't know. Actually, our run defense has gotten much better, and our running back is way better than people expected.
Devontae.
So I mean, yeah, Javonte. I mean, he fumbled that first play, but I mean, our running game is looking pretty good, and our defensive run stopping is looking pretty good. But everything else is up in the air.
Yeah. Hey Nick, you gotta give a shout out to that. Who's that? What's that beer you drinking? Let's see if those sponsors. Shout out to Fanta.
Stella. Shout out Stella.
Shout out to Water.
Shout out to Water. But speaking of Nick, what do you think? As the Cowboys are currently constructed, do you think they can be a team that can get like deep in the playoffs, anywhere around the Super Bowl?
I think the Cowboys' ceiling this year is the NFC Championship. I think that's their ceiling. I'll give him that because I think I've been a big Dak advocate for a few years now. A lot of people hate on Dak. I think he's one of the more underrated quarterbacks in the past couple of years. He almost won an MVP a couple years ago. Like,
Yeah.
Should have.
I think Dak is very underrated. I think he could take that team to like a decent playoff run. I don't think
In the
they
big-
have everything.
Do you think like he's that guy in the big moments? Not to take over your spot, I'm just
No, that's a good question. I think that's been his like biggest setback. That's
Yeah.
I knew you was gonna ask that prying ass question.
I think that's been his biggest that's been their biggest problem. But like Tony said, like the injury bug that they're getting hit with right now, it's not easy to come back from that and
Yeah.
like kind of have the same chemistry in that locker room. I like how Javante is playing football. I think he's running the ball well. I mean, CD, it's on and off right now, but like, what can you do? You know, Marvin
He dropping
Harrison,
balls
see
too.
him dropping balls out here. He's a great receiver.
That's crazy.
But
Yeah, I mean,
it happens.
Tone, I did say that intentionally because I was trying to check Nick like, yo, so what about, because Dak always gives us at the end of the year, you're like, bro, you got 4,500 yards and 40 touchdowns and 15 picks, like where? So that's how it always feels to me. I don't feel like Tone, and I know Tone is, but I never see like that 40 touchdowns in the season. I don't know why with Dak. So I'm one of those Dak haters where I'm like, bro, I don't really see how at the end of the season this nigga has like MVP numbers, but I'm like, where, when? The big moments on Sunday Night Football when we are at our TVs, I just feel like there are a couple picks on those type games. That's why with Dak, I think me and the media are hard on him. Are like, bro, yeah, your numbers, but the games where we all watch, you come and fly. Tone, do you think I'm reaching?
So you're not reaching. I feel as though like a lot of Dak's games, it's just the way the Cowboys play. Like we start off super slow. We always got to dig ourselves out of a hole. And a lot of Dak's things are like later in the fourth quarter trying to catch up and come back, or just garbage time. A lot of garbage time plays, throws, touchdowns, and stuff like that. I think Dak is slightly above average when it comes to quarterback. I think he's better than those Kyler Murrays. I think he's better than Jordan Love. I think he's better than you was making the face when I said Jordan Love.
Of course. I mean, Dak is a top 10 quarterback. I don't never argue.
Agreed. I agree.
Easily.
I mean, he does make dumb decisions sometimes. He does just throw interceptions sometimes. But I'll take Dak on the ladder versus a lot of quarterbacks in there. Even over Jaden Daniels too.
Okay. That I'm willing to argue that, but the numbers back you up. So yeah. Speaking of quarterbacks, though, another quarterback who has affected his team's success once again, and this is a quarterback who his trajectory was crazy. He's in my favorite team division. I love this man. I don't know why I love a white man this much, but I love Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, like Tony said, he does it for me. Like he just so I love Joe. So I'll start with you, Nick. Nick, what do you because Nick, hey, that's my Ohio State boy. So that we got to start right there. We got to start in the state of Ohio.
I
Nick, what do you think about Joe Burrow's injury and what do you think that the effects are going to be on the Bengals season this year?
think it's going to have a massive effect. I think it's not kind of like underestimated right now on how bad the Bengals are going to be like without him because he's arguably he's a top three quarterback in my opinion. I got Lamar Allen and him up there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think his impact on the Bengals offense in general is just going to flip it upside down. Like with him not being there,
Mm-hmm.
Jamar and T. Higgins aren't going to eat every game. You're going to have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of three and outs. You're going to have a lot of punts, a lot of long drives that don't result in what they're looking for. So
Yeah.
I think
What
I
about
don't
Trey?
think
Do you think that them retaining him and finally getting him that not the contract that he wanted, but at least a little bit more money? Do you think that effect of Trey Henderson on that defense, or the Bengals defense are just that it's not good enough to make up for Joe's?
I like Trey Henderson a lot. I think he's a great player, but I think the Bengals don't have enough elite pieces on defense to have their whole defense come together and be like a team like the Browns. Their offense is terrible, but their defense is number one in almost every category right now. So it's like you look at a team like the Bengals, but their defense isn't like that. So
Yeah. Well, the Bengals they don't like paying anybody who plays defense. They just believe
no, they don't.
every receiver should make 30 million a year. But Tone, what about you? What do you think about the effects of Joe Burrow's injury on the Bengals this year and the
I mean,
season?
they're in a tough division. That division is always tough. You got the Ravens, Steelers, and the Browns, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Browns defense. This is the thing though. The Browns, they I could go years and talk about how much they need to play Shadur. I'm not going to do that right now because that's not what we're talking about. Just to piggyback off what Nick said, like the Browns defense is like elite. Like it's top tier to me. And and the Steelers defense, on paper it's amazing. Y'all defense on paper is, y'all have a good offense though.
Yeah.
Y'all don't have a run game. I don't know what's up with y'all run game.
We lost
I just think,
we lost our All Pro defensive tackle 8 hours before the game. So
yeah,
like the Lions just like. Bah, 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 bah.
yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, I just don't think they stand a chance in that division. I think it's just going to be the same sad story, playing the same small violin. Like you said, they paid so much money for the offensive side of the ball as if defense doesn't exist. You know, like they have scrubs back there. They got whooped 48-10 last game by the Vikings, and the Vikings have a really good defense. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
The Vikings has a really good overall, like a good defense.
Yeah.
And they just got whooped. They got whooped by them. I don't even know what else to say. And without Joe Burrow, I just think it's gonna be another sad season for the Bengals. Like, and then I'm a fantasy guy, so I'm glad I didn't take Jamar Chase because Lord have mercy, everyone took Jamar Chase first, and they were so geeked up to get him.
Jesus
and I'm thinking,
Christ.
like, I'm glad I didn't take that man because now he's about to struggle. T. Higgins is about to struggle. Chase Brown has been struggling. It's just been a struggle bus, and it goes and to me, it's like it shows it's bad coaching to me because like you invest all this money and all these resources in the offensive side of the ball, and we all know we've been watching football for 10, 20 years plus. We all know defense wins championships. So like, even with Joe Burrow, their defense was still trash. But at least with Joe Burrow, they can put up points, you know.
Right.
So, it's another sad season to me for the Bengals. I don't think personally, and this is a hot take. I don't think they'll ever win a Super Bowl with Joe Burrow.
You know, that's a good segue. So let's
I just don't think they will.
all right. So Nick, if you were Joe Burrow, what are you doing? Do you want to stay in Cincinnati? I don't want to be that guy, but I will. I'm gonna be toxic. Are you starting to put those rumors out there with your agent? Do you want to be in Cincinnati?
They're not protecting him.
If I'm Joe Burrow, man, I'm getting out of Cincinnati. I'm sorry.
They're not protecting that man.
I cannot stay there another year. He gets injured too much. It's just
But
sacks.
I will say though, they gave them two $30 million receivers. So
Bro, he's Andrew Luck, bro. He's gonna retire by 30, by 31, 32. Like, they can't protect him. He
I mean,
gets
he's
hit.
already 29. I think he's a year older than Lamar. Like, because even though he came late, Lamar was drafted when
He was older, yeah.
so Lamar was young. But yeah, Joe is actually older than Lamar, so Joe is
Bro.
almost 30. But I will say, and I don't know if any of you guys are about to go. If I'm Joe Burrow, I'm just demanding more management. Because I don't think, like, listen, I think we gotta like kind of pump the brakes. The Bengals have a pass rusher, right? A dominant pass rusher. They have two receivers that can be a number one on any team or most teams. They have a generational quarterback. So they have all the things that as a GM who like the Bengals are not washed. They just need to either invest. They need to talk to who the trainer are because this is the second time Joe Burrow is going to be out the whole season after week one. This is
He's
like
out the whole season. I thought it was just like 9 weeks or something
bro,
like
Three
that.
he's
months.
gone
3 months.
Yeah,
yeah, he's gone.
He's gone
For the season. So I think that relationship is still salvageable. I just think they, like Tony said, they need to invest in that O line. If you got to start paying people through EBT, if you got to start paying people on the side, listen. I know the LA Clippers owners is a scam, but I'm with it. If I'm a billionaire, I'm paying my players off the record. Like, hey, listen, let's sign this little $80 million, but I'm gonna give you another $80 million on the side. I'm one of those guys. I think the Bengals, you're in the day to do something. You have to start being corrupted now because
listen.
Joe Burrow doesn't need to trade. He doesn't need to leave the Bengals as much as I want him to because it would make Lamar's life easier. He has two receivers who are number ones. He has a generational pass rusher, a great pass rusher, not generational. He's not TJ Watt, but he's great. That team can be built through the second and third round. You can build that line. But I don't think until the Bengals want to pay their players on defense and actually focus on, like you guys said, the trenches, then yeah, maybe I might want to start putting out little toxic rumors to my agent about trades. But I think Joe is good in Cincy.
I just think to be a good winning team, you need guys at every level. You need a guy at defensive line, a couple guys at defensive line. You need a linebacker. I don't know who the Bengals linebackers are. You need a safety or a DB that can like shut the whole side of the field down. Like you need these pieces to build like a decent team. The Eagles last year is a perfect example of that. Like their defense is stout at all three levels. There's a stout individual and there's good role players at all three levels. Like in a lot of championship or Super Bowl winning teams have that or have depth behind those people when they get hurt. Because we know NFL players, they get hurt on a regular basis. But like if you have depth players, people you can plug and play, bro, the Bengals don't have that, bro. Neither do the Cowboys. So I'm just saying.
No, that's real. But let's slide into to our next question. So, who do you guys think 3 weeks in? I know it's super early, but I'm one of those guys. I like, over exaggerating everything that I've seen in 3 weeks of football. But who do you guys think is the best team in the league right now? I would say maybe Tone. We're gonna go first.
Mine is gonna be very surprising, but I know people are gonna go the Eagles or whoever. Who else is that good? I don't know. It don't matter. I'm going for the Colts, bro. In a weird way. I know, very weird, right? But you gotta listen to me though.
Okay.
The Colts, they have a really good defense. They have a good they have a good enough defense to take them to the playoffs and to thrive in the playoffs. They have a good run defense. They have good linebackers and a couple good DBs. Danny Dimes is playing good. He can throw the ball. He's better than what he played in New York. He can run the ball as well. They got Jonathan Taylor back there. They have a decent offensive line. They have not the greatest receivers, but they got receivers that can get the job done. They got that new rookie tight end, bro. They're looking really good right now. Like, so they're literally surprising me right now. Honestly, I mean, I'm not I'm not a Colts person. When I think about football, I never think about the Indianapolis Colts. I don't know who does, unless you're from Indianapolis. But my take is the Indianapolis Colts. I think they can do a decent job of what they're doing right now.
I appreciate that take. 'Cause that means Tony watches football. Because you can
Yeah.
only be somebody who has NFL Sunday ticket to acknowledge some shit like that. That's some real shit. What about you, Nick? Who do you think is the best team in the league 3 weeks in?
Well, from a non-biased standpoint, I'm gonna say the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say the
Okay.
Buffalo Bills. I'm a fan, but I will, from a non-biased standpoint, I think they are the most complete team. But if I'm not saying the Bills, if I'm setting that aside, I really like Tampa Bay right now.
Tampa
Oh, I
I
Bay.
forgot
really
about
like
Tampa
Tampa
Bay.
Baker's making
because,
a comeback, right?
They're just
and
a
I
little
mean,
hurt, but
the
good team.
Emeka Egbuka, he's turning into a top 10 polished receiver after
Yeah.
3 weeks
He
of
is.
football. Like he's been a difference maker for them. With it sucks that Evans is out.
Yep.
That's going to hurt them a little bit with the red zone offense, deep balls. But with how they've been playing with Bucky Irving, playing great football, their defense has been playing great. I think Tampa Bay is a really good team. So if I'm not saying the Bills, I'll say Tampa Bay.
You say something. Is Goodwin? I mean, Goodwin, is he back or is he still injured?
Godwin, I believe,
He's still injured.
is
Still injured.
still hurt. Yeah, I don't know when he's coming
Yeah.
back.
So basically, Mbuka is like the number one receiver
As
automatically.
number one right now, yeah.
I mean, the 3-0 Bucks play the 3-0 Eagles this week, so that's going to be a
Yeah,
great game.
it's going to
1:00.
be a great game.
Yeah,
And also, I got to throw the Lions in there too. The
yeah,
Lions, after last week, I feel like got to throw them up there. Their offense is incredible.
yeah.
I
Who
think
did they lose to in week 1 though? They got destroyed week
they
1
did get destroyed week one.
Was it a pack?
by, I think it's the Packers. The Packers destroyed
Yeah,
them, and
they
that threw me
they
off. I
looked
know it was
bad.
the first game, and I know Ben Johnson wasn't there, but they looked out of sorts week 1, and I was like, I don't know, maybe they're the old Detroit Lions, but yeah, they picked it back up, and I hate to see it. I hate them see it do it. I hate them see them do it in prime time against your Ravens,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
man, the Ravens had the game down the stretch, just like they did the game before that, before Derrick Henry fumbled the ball.
Nah, but Tone, for the first time, and I even told Nick this at work, it was the first time I went to work, Tone, where I was like, no, that team was better than us last night. There was no point. It's weird. And I usually don't feel this way as a Ravens fan. I have like this arrogance of we're better than those people. We just had a bad quarter. Tony, that's
Yeah,
really how I be feeling, mate. If you ask me who's the most complete team, maybe yes, it was a primetime game. They came into our house and did it. I think the Detroit Lions are the most physical and most complete team in football. And I say that because the Ravens are usually a bully team. We run you over with Derrick Henry. Lamar does some cool shit like 4 times during the game, and might a BK or Kyle Hamilton knock somebody out, and then we win by like 20 points, right? I am a big fucking fan of the Lions coach.
yeah,
Like,
he's a team guy.
he want to play football. Something about that
Yeah,
man. I don't know, Tony, if you remember Coach Live at Madison High
yeah,
School.
he was a big man.
Coach Live at Madison gives me the same thing about, like, they have this thing where it's like, hey, fuck it, get up in the morning. Let's just go play football right now. Right now. Do nothing about and just play football. So, with all that said, I think the Lions are the most complete team because when you're watching your games, you watch every play. The entire game they beat up the Baltimore Ravens. There was
They
no
did.
Lamar numbers were fake. That 300 yards passing, yeah, it was cool. No, that didn't tell the story because they beat up our offensive line. They beat up our defensive line. It wasn't even close. And I feel like the score could have even been worse. We got a field goal that we shouldn't have had. We had a field goal that we didn't, if you watch the game, we didn't, that field
Yeah,
goal was, it went left. The NFL was trying, they call Vegas, trying to make shit happen. So not to like Dick ride them so much. I really am a Lions fan after they came into like Baltimore and took our lunch. And because I'm that kind of guy. I'm okay when I'm like, no, that team beat the shit out of us. And I hope that, Isaiah Likely, Pat Ricard, all these guys, when they come back, Baltimore can get to like, I'm using excuses, by the way. we can get to that place where we can. But the Lions, to me, they're the most physical team in football.
Bro,
I was like their running back, Tony. I was a hitter. I would never want that smoke. Those boys run the ball like
bro.
they want
First of
smoke.
David Montgomery, he just reminds me of like that team with that running back that nobody can tackle. Like, I don't know. It's just like I'm thinking like, well, how does he not have CC at this point already? He runs everything over. Like he just runs people over.
Does
Like,
we won't know until he's 38. You know what I mean? He probably does.
man, he just looks like a running back with the last name Montgomery. He just gives that vibe, you know?
Think about it. Anybody named Montgomery, I don't want to line up against him. That's like playing a team that's about to like sing, that's coming out singing like Negro spirituals. Like, bro, I don't want that shit. I want a team that's singing like some hardcore rap shit because I know that might be cap.
Yeah.
So that's why I never like playing teams from the South, Nate. I don't know if Nick is from like upstate New York, so but Nick is a rural boy too because he was Manhattan boy, but grew up, in the Buffalo area.
Yeah.
But any team that was going south, remember Fauquier County? I still think about those kids in my head.
That quarterback who ran all over us, Ross Madison. I never forget him.
And I lied to everybody the next day at school, say, "Oh yeah, I was cooking." No, I lied. And it's 15 years later, I can tell the truth. He cooked me.
Put us in the blender.
And he went to UVA, Nick. He went to UVA.
Yeah. Rival school.
But all jokes aside, guys, let's jump into the next topic. So, fellas, can the Eagles repeat? What do you guys think? Based off what you've seen so far in 3 weeks, can the Eagles repeat as Super Bowl champions?
Nick, I'll let you take the lead on this one.
All right. I think they have it. I think they have the team to do it again. I definitely do. I think Saquon is in probably his last 2 to 3 years of his career.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he could play more than that, but I think elite football, he's in his last couple of years. So I think if they're going to do it, it's going to be either this year or next year. So I think this year it's possible. It's definitely possible. It's just going to come down to who comes through in the playoffs when they need them. Like if it's Devontae Smith or AJ Brown, Saquon, Jalen Hurts, whoever it is, they need someone to. They have the guys to do it. They just need it to happen again for them to repeat. I think because there's a lot of great teams out there. The AFC and NFC are both front loaded with some really good teams.
Yeah, I'm thinking about NFC right now, and I'm thinking about Green Bay. I'm thinking about Detroit. I'm thinking about Tampa Bay, and maybe the Rams. All those teams. Like, I think it's possible. Just like you said with Detroit Lions, I think all roads lead through Detroit on the NFC side. Of course, the Packers is going to be a tough out regardless. With their defense, Micah Parsons over there, of course. But I hate to say this, I think they have the team to do it. I don't think Saquon is the same Saquon from last year. In my opinion, I think mentally he's like, I don't need to do too much because he's on a good team already. They already traded for another running back, so he doesn't have to take so much hitting during the year. And he already has a Super Bowl. He's going to be a Hall of Fame running back. We already know that's coming. He lived for 2. You don't think he's going to be a Hall of Fame running back? He should have won MVP last year. We talked about this.
No, he should have. But Saquon, Hall of Fame, Tone?
Why wouldn't he be a Hall of Fame running back?
To the numbers, I was Tone, because Saquon has had 3 good years.
Is Bo Jackson a Hall of Fame running back?
Is that fair though? Is that kind of like,
bruh? I'm talking about numbers right now.
Numbers.
If Bo Jackson's a Hall of Fame,
Jackson did things in his league, bro, that is still lasting. It's gonna be they're gonna be talking about it in 3001. You know, he did some Adrian Peterson things. Saquon had a great year, and he had another good year prior to this one. But if we're just let's just throw everybody in the Hall of Fame then, right? Let's just throw everybody there.
He almost what did he? How many yards did he have last year? Almost 2,000, right? Or
2005.
Yeah. He should have won MVP last year, but they was faking, and rightfully so. It was a good person they gave MVP to. Your quarterback, Nick, Allen.
Yeah,
but. Who else did that other than Dickerson? And I think Adrian Peterson was a little bit shorter than Saquon.
Adrian did that with a fucking torn ACL. It's differences. It's like different, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's different.
But listen, if he's not gonna be a Hall of Fame NFL running back, then who else makes Hall
No,
of
I'm
Fame?
saying he could be, but if we just, I just thought you just threw him in there right away. Like, oh, Saquon is like first ballot, like he's guaranteed.
No,
No, hell
not first
no.
ballot, not first ballot. I didn't say
Tony, we
first
grew
ballot.
up in the running back times.
I
Priest
know he's
Holmes
not
is
first
better
ballot.
than Priest Holmes is not in the Hall of Fame yet. Are you telling me Saquon Barkley is better than Priest Holmes, who had 28 touchdowns in one season?
Yes,
You're
yes.
drunk.
He's better than. First of all, Priest Holmes had Larry Johnson.
Priest Holmes was better. Larry Johnson came at the end of his career. Let me give you. You know, Priest Holmes scored.
They gave him the ball on 1 yard
touchdowns.
line. They didn't even have a quarterback. Who was their quarterback?
He was
The
probably
dude who
just
broke
born.
his leg and
Priest
almost.
Holmes scored 46 touchdowns in 2 seasons. Tony.
They gave him the ball at the 1 yard line. Anybody can punch it in from there. Marshawn could have been a fucking Hall of Fame on the Chiefs that year. Like, come on.
Saquon has had 4 1,000-yard rushing years.
I'm saying based off the last 2 years that he's playing, he's gonna be a Hall of Fame running back. That backwards jump shit, the 2,000 yards,
That was tough. That was
them
tough.
winning the Super Bowl. Like it's just set up that way. I don't know. I'm not saying he's first ballot. That's crazy to even think about, but he's definitely Hall of Fame running back.
I'll give you that because in his career, in 93 games, he had 7,400 yards rushing. That's a lot to y'all, but if I show you the other list of like the other,
I already know it's crazy.
The
It's
2,000-yard
crazy.
season like boosted that. That's what I mean. It's Saquon is so I will say this, Tony. Saquon,
He's better than Deuce Staley.
If he told me he's one of the
He's better than Jamal Williams.
yeah
Jamal Lewis.
of course,
I mean
that's not
Jamal
even
Lewis.
competition. Saquon is one of the greatest talents I've ever seen. I'm just saying his body of work does not set Hall of Fame yet. If you're saying talent, Saquon is probably he's in Bo Jackson's category. A calf muscle, that leg, that speed. Yes, but his body of work, we can't just throw everybody into the Hall of Fame, you know?
All right, who else in the past in the past maybe 5 to 7 years who else will be a Hall of Fame running back?
Adrian Peterson, the greatest running back I think of all time.
Yes, okay, I agree with that.
I'll say LaDainian was no, he's not in the. Did he 7 years? Was he in the last 7? LaDainian?
No, yeah, he wasn't.
Derrick Henry, right?
Yeah.
Zeke had that trajectory. To me, Zeke was a better back than Saquon, but his peak was just higher than Saquon's. Saquon had that.
He got too many touches too early in his career.
You take last year out of Saquon's career, Zeke was a way better running back. Let's have that conversation.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
It's like, I'm not hating on him. I think he's a great talent. Like I said, let's just say if Saquon Barkley was like in like the early 2000s offense where Jamal Lewis was running it like 30 times, then yeah. But his body of work does not just scream Hall of Fame. That was my only argument. His talent does. Like that backflip. I mean,
understood.
That backflip shit. That shit is like only aliens do that. I mean, let's be real, bro. Like, but
yeah, I think the Eagles have the team just to throw that all together. I think they have the team overall. Yeah.
So let's think about teams with repetition. So what do you guys think about the Kansas City Swifts? Are their dynasty over, or what do you guys think?
I'll go first here. I think as a Bills fan, I can't count them out quite yet because I've seen some insane shit. So I don't think it's over. I think there's a possibility that they could do it one more time because I'm not going to rule that out. I can't rule that out. But I think it's on its last couple years of their last few chances here. I mean, with Kelsey and Mahomes, but they have some good young talents. You got Xavier Worthy when he's healthy. He's electric. Um, but they need a couple more pieces if they want to keep rebuilding this team around Mahomes.
What would you like to see them do to make the team better, or to like see that dynasty not end right away? If you
I
were
think like Chris Jones, for example, like he's been so like good for them in the past. Getting another guy like him, maybe on defense or offense, like another elite cornerstone guy for your team would show me that the Chiefs are like serious about this and they want to keep what they got going.
Yeah. What about you, Tom?
I mean, Nick, I like your take. You're forgetting one whole piece of the puzzle. Like they have the referees. The referees love Kansas City, bro.
They do. They always do.
The referees love him. The commentators love him. You hear Chris Collinsworth the other day? Mahomes threw the worst pass of his career, and then they like fumbled and went back, and then they're like, oh well, that was a great throw by Mahomes, and he got back and jumped on the ball. I'm like, he threw a horrible pass. So I'm like, the glaze is crazy for Patrick Mahomes with these guys.
Crazy.
And outside of the referee shit, I just think that like they're not the team that we're used to seeing. Clearly Kelsey's not the same Kelsey, you know what I mean? Mahomes is gonna be. I just think without the referees' help, they got exposed in the Super Bowl last year. The Eagles literally shut them down. They couldn't do anything with the Eagles. And it was kind of sad to watch because it was like, damn, is this the end of a dynasty? You know, Andy Reid is getting old. I don't know what's happening with Patrick Mahomes. I know he was on a 10-year, $400 million contract, whatever he was on. I just think he needs. I just think they need to, like you said, Nick. I think they need some more stuff on defense. They do a good job of getting these receivers, and places and stuff like that. But I think they need more defense. It was nothing they could do with the Eagles last year, and it showed. And their offensive line was bad last year in the Super Bowl. It's just I don't know. They just need more. They're not the Chiefs that I'm used to seeing, and I'm not scared of them anymore. So
that's real. I mean, I don't think the Chiefs has done anything in the last year or two to scare us. But I will say,
Super Bowl.
They were at the Super Bowl. Hey, they've been there. So even on their bad years, them niggas still end up there. You know what I mean? Which is crazy to me, and that's why, kind of like the piggyback off Nick. Something about Patrick Mahomes, I never count that boy out.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen him ruin my days in Baltimore many times. Nick, you know what he's done with Buffalo. We've all went through it. Nick and our AFC guys. So Patrick Mahomes spits in our face every year. We deal with it. But like y'all both said, I think Travis Kelce, with his decline in explosiveness and things like that, that does hinder the Chiefs' success. Because to me, I love Gronk, but we have to say Travis Kelce is top two. We have to put him there. What that guy did the last 7-8 years. I know we grew up on Antonio Gates. We grew up on Tony Gonzalez, which is, I think, you can even think about it. The Chiefs have Tony Gonzalez and Travis Kelce. That's crazy. But his decline has really impacted Travis. I mean, Patrick Mahomes' success, and the exiting of people like what's his name, Tyreek Hill, and things like that. Now I do love Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes together. That's the greatest play call I've ever seen, and that boy in Kansas City can do some things. I know the refs works with him a lot, but I've also seen they do.
They're contracted.
Yeah, but Patrick Mahomes is a phenomenal talent. He's a great player. So until that 30 for 30 documentary comes out about the refs, I'm going to still give them their flowers and say, I don't know if the dynasty is over until another AFC team gets there. Because we're talking about a team dynasty being over where they had their worst year and they ended up in the Super Bowl. So, but speaking of frauds, let's jump to the next one. Are the Ravens who we thought they were? Are they the same Ravens as last year, the last 2 years?
So, I mean, I'm going to keep it a buck. The Ravens were one catch away from the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
They were one catch away. I think, was that the NFC Championship that, what's the name, dropped that ball in the end zone? Was it 2-point conversion?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the same tune that we hear every year from the Ravens, right?
Yeah.
They're so great all the time, and they get to the playoffs. They get to the last game they need to do whatever they need to do, and they just don't do it. And it's weird because, the Ravens are always their well-coached team. They have great players, of course. They usually have really good defensive players. I don't know what's happening with y'all run defense this year.
Though. We're not a defensive team no more.
I don't know what's happening with that. That's weird to say because I've known the Ravens from the early 2000s, the late 90s and early 2000s. They were always a defensive team. They were defensive. They bleed defense. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But it's weird to see them getting slashed for 38 points. I'm not used to the Ravens getting hit for that many points in a game or having David Montgomery run all over them. I've never seen that with a Ravens defense before, so that's extremely weird to me.
Yeah.
I mean, and even guys like even on the offensive side of the ball, like when these things happen, like it just seems as though like Lamar's always been like super nonchalant to me. Like he plays like as if he plays as if like he's like, damn, I could have got that. Damn, I should have made that touchdown. I'm thinking like it's not every time. Like even with the fumble, he tried to stiff arm him, had the ball in his one hand. I'm like he's too cool. Like
Yeah.
throw the ball away, bro. Like he's too cool. He's trying to do too much sometimes. And I love Lamar. I'm a Lamar fan. I think he's my favorite quarterback that's in the NFL right now. But sometimes I just think he's a little too cool. Like he's a little too nonchalant. Like, I think they'll make it back to the playoffs. Yes, they're always somewhere in the mix. Do I think they have what it takes at this time? No.
Fair enough. What about you, Nick?
Yeah, I mean, kind of just to piggyback off what Tony was saying about, I've only been watching football since like the early 2010s, but the Ravens have always been that team where I'm like, the defense is scary good, and it's
Yeah,
kind of different seeing them get, run all over.
that's weird.
The secondary has been struggling, but that's what's holding them back. I think Lamar is one of those guys like Mahomes and Josh Allen where you can't ever count him out. I
Yep.
think he's one of the more talented quarterbacks I've ever seen play the game. So it's like you can't count the Ravens out because, like you said, Tony, like they're going to be in the mix. I think in that division, it's very winnable.
Yeah.
They can beat out the Steelers very easily. I think if they just turn it around and get some, it's the little things that they need to fix right now. But Derrick Henry and Lamar, it's hard to stop that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But there,
Derek need to stop fumbling that rock, bro.
Yeah.
Seriously. And then the thing is you fumble whatever. Y'all still got like 8 minutes left to go, bro. You over there pouting like a kid. Like get your shit together. You over there
Yeah.
throwing yourself on the bench. You too big to be throwing yourself on the bench like that, bro. He threw himself on the bench. Like you're way too big for that.
I feel like he threw and then he slipped a little bit.
Like Odell Beckham when he hit the thing and it hit him back. Like, bro, I just think you too big to be over there pouting like that, bro. The whole world can see you. You like a meme now. You can't be. You can't be doing shit
like when I saw it, I was like, oh, yeah, that's a meme. Like when I saw it, I was like, bro, because I saw the little slip. He was, when you cut him mad and then you cut him slip.
He never fumbled like that in his career though, which is crazy to me. So
he
that's
needs to
why
remove that fucking arm sleeve. Stop trying to. You're not fucking Kobe. Remove the arm sleeve and run the ball.
Yeah.
Let's stop. Like NFL players be trying to be too cute, but
it's not cold outside. There's no reason for you to be having arm sleeves anyway.
It just looks cool, but it's not. It's slipping, bro. I will say, and I think Tony, I'm a hard critic on us. I think we are who we thought we are. We are always a team that looks good. Listen, I'm not related to him by blood, but John Harbaugh has been my dad since like 2012 because my dad hasn't been there consistently. I love John Harbaugh. He's a leader of men.
He is.
If we do not get to the fucking Super Bowl this year, we are who we thought we were, and John got to get out of here because he's a good leader of men.
What?
But John is not a great. So there's a guy named Mike McDonald that we allowed to go to the Seahawks last year. We had grown Mike McDonald, sent him to Michigan, brought him back, grown him. He gave us the best defense when we thought we was going to beat the Chiefs 2 years ago. We let that boy go to Seattle, and we just trusted John, who gives great speeches and is a great leader of men. No, I want a fucking sexy-ass offensive coach who's going to call the cool plays for Lamar to maximize his ability. And honestly, the Ravens, sometimes I feel like we overpay on defense because all those players we overpay on defense, we don't really see the effects of it, and it's getting old. So I would say as a Ravens fan, I love us. I thought we were a Super Bowl team this year. If I don't see Isaiah Likely back, if our fullback, and Pat Ricard makes the Ravens. I didn't even realize it.
He's an offensive lineman that plays fullback.
Bruh, and Matt Abuke, I would be surprised if we won 11 games. That's how much I know the Ravens because we are a team that overwhelms people, but when we got to go into a one-on-one fight every round, you might see some cracks. So I think the Ravens, that's who they are. Like, when you put them up against the wall, if everybody's not locked in, they're going to crack. So until then, they are who we thought we were. Like, I believe we're a 1-2 team until I see something different. I believe we believe the hype from this offseason. And that's my problem with the Ravens. It's like, play football. I don't care about how it's supposed to look. Everybody predicted us to win. We got beat up. We did not stand a chance in that game. And that was that's my take on it. I know how to seem a little passionate, but it's my team.
Bruh, if y'all get rid of Jim Harbaugh, I will cut off my left hand and give it to you.
John Harbaugh is a great dad. He's a good dude. Great.
Y'all get there. Y'all are there every single year. That's what I'm saying. Y'all just
and he fucking goes for he punts the ball with 2 minutes left on a Do you remember how we lost the Bills? We punted the ball with 2 minutes left to the best player in the league. You say Josh Allen, we dare you. After you just cooked our defense the last 3 quarters, we dare you to go get a touchdown.
Hey, Landis,
that's
coaching. Landis, what did John Ellenberger just say?
Right, so
what did he say all the time? We're one play away. They're always one play away. You know what I'm saying? I just think that's crazy. That's a crazy take if they fire John Harbaugh.
No, but I'm a tone. I'm sorry. Sometimes you need a.
I understand. I do understand.
So who's your MVP, guys? We're almost at the end of the show. Who's your MVP? We're going to try to speed it up. We were going to have our numbers for tonight, our sports betting numbers, but what we're going to start on our next week episodes when we can get the full NFL games. We're going to have more sports on tonight. I just looked at our numbers. Nick is one of the fucking greatest sports betting niggas out here, so that's another reason I brought him to the show. Nick knows every fucking number. He bets in his sleep. So that's my bro. Like, Nick bets in his fucking sleep. So we're going to have that.
I'm trying to cut down on it, but yeah, I dabble here and there.
I like to think I'm a professional because I won like 14 bands off that Chiefs and Eagles Super Bowl. Was it Super Bowl like 3 years ago? No, it was San Francisco. And it's when Greg Jennings was going off.
That's crazy.
I digress. I digress. But
no, that's
MVP
a crazy story though, bro. Like, I still let that happen.
Remember that time you were at my house and I almost hit that one parlay too for like 7 bands. LeBron James just needed one more like rebound,
and I was right there.
And you were right there watching it, and I lost, and it was just, I don't know. We'll talk about that later, but like I said, my MVP as of right now is Nick's boy,
Josh Allen.
Yeah, as of right now, but it'll change. I know it will.
Yeah. What about you, Nick? Who you guys your MVP right now?
Man, I gotta go with my boy here, but I know it's a boring answer, but it's who.
It's true.
We gotta start giving Josh his flowers consistently. Josh is a nice guy, so we don't give him his flowers. But Josh, I don't even want to say it. He's the MVP. I really don't want to say it because I'm still salty from last year. But Josh Allen just knows how to win games, bro. That's what we fell in love with Lamar. Knew how to win games. Josh wins games.
He does. It's hard to bet against him.
It's hard to bet against the boy, man.
And it's just the Bills mob. It's a crazy ass place to play. It'd be cold as shit up there. Everybody's jumping off tables and backflips and shit. It's barbecue going on everywhere. It's just a crazy atmosphere, and they love it in Buffalo.
Oh yeah, they love it there.
Crazy as hell up there.
Fans are crazy too, throwing snowballs on the field.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It really is crazy. I've been to one Buffalo game. I probably would never go again. It'd be too cold. Like,
it's too cold.
Like, y'all play. It's Canada. Y'all playing Canada, basically.
I was at a game 2 years ago against the Patriots. It was like -26 with wind chill.
And it snows hundreds of feet.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's just still doing their job. It snows in DC 2 inches. It's shutting the whole city down.
It's insane. It's insane.
Nick actually said that around that area. Because Nick, not through your business, Nick drives a Jeep, and he said around like that part of New York, a lot of people, if you're around the closest to that Canada side, a lot of people got like them 4-wheelers because that's how you get around.
It's giving Subarus, right, Nick?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
hella Subarus. My parents have one.
Yep. It's like, man, can we get in the last topic and then we get up out of here?
Yeah, man, we right there, man. The last topic, honestly, speaking of love, though, because I know somebody loves them here. The WNBA has been boring, and I know one of their biggest fans is one of our co-hosts, Tony Jenkins. The question before we end the show, is the WNBA exciting anymore since we lost our girl?
I haven't watched one game without Caitlin Clark in it, so I don't know anything that's happening in the WNBA.
Damn, that's real.
I don't know anything. I get updates about Fever games. That's it. I don't even look. I don't care to look. Caitlin's not playing. Doesn't matter to me. She dropped a new shoe. I need to go check those jumps out. I haven't seen them, but other than that, I don't give a fuck about WNBA basketball at this moment.
You see, people colors are trying to come out now. That whole WNBA frenzy the last 3 years was about, it was Caitlin Clark. It was not that shit. I was bored. Every fucking game I was bored of seeing rebounds and like extra fouls. But when Caitlin came out there, pop, 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 huh? You know, that's
I'm not gonna lie. Paige Buchers, she's nice.
Paige
I haven't
nice.
really watched her play. She's tough though. Like
She's tough.
Nice.
She's super
Rookie
tough.
of the year today.
Oh, see,
And she
I mean, I knew she was
it,
gonna win that.
and it's kind of weird. She won it on the what's that girl who be singing and everybody be coming down when she has a show now that everybody did do like the little entry. Jennifer Hudson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so on the Jennifer Hudson, Paige Buckets was a guest, and she was doing her little dance coming down, and at the end she wanted to give her the rookie. I'm like, why did they wait till like a whole nother year to give her the award?
That's weird. And
Yeah.
why are they doing it on that show? Like,
That's what I'm saying. You know, but I don't hate women. I've never admitted to hate women. I don't hate women.
You better not get us canceled, bro. I'm
I'm not getting us canceled. I said I support. I'm a feminist anyway, so I don't. You can't. If I say that, you can't say I'm
gonna call your wife, bro. I'm gonna make
a
sure
feminist.
she knows all
If I say I'm a feminist, anything you say you saw on TV, it doesn't matter about me. I said I'm a feminist. So fuck that.
Yeah. All right,
Hey,
man.
fellas.
We getting out of here, man.
Yeah, man, fellas. Hey, Nick, we appreciate you, man, for this week.
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure, man.
Yeah, bro. We're looking forward to next week, and then we're gonna be more consistent. I know I say this every time, but we will. We got Nick, Tone's back, and my personal life is doing a lot better right now. So we're out. All right.
Good. All right, man. See
All
y'all
right,
later.
Fellas.
We out.
Peace.